Troy Smith, probably the most fit finalist here. So take it away, Troy.
Thank you, Michael. Judges, get ready. I'm going to show you the next must-have piece of equipment for the $88 billion health club industry. Hello, my name is Troy Smith. I'm the founder and CEO of Troico. The goal that we have is to make exercising more effective. According to the International Health, Racket, and Sports Club Association, the fitness equipment market currently is exhibiting a compound annual growth rate of almost 5%. And right now, most companies rely on tech advancements and software integrations in order to bring newness and sustain change. Because most of the equipment out there, there's not a whole lot that's really new, besides annual upgrades and newer versions of what's already out there. But every so often, somebody creates a new tool that solves an existing problem and then improves the way that things are done and just makes sense. You see, the reality is, despite the presence of many elaborate machines designed to train the arms, people still and always will employ traditional free weights using dumbbells and barbells. And although we have the preacher bench and the arm blaster to increase the efficacy of the biceps curling motions, there's a massive void regarding any such tool to increase the efficacy of the triceps free weight exercises. This is about to change. Let's make history. I, Troy Robert Smith, present to you the Layman bench. Layman benches provide an adjustable platform suspended over an individual while lying on their back to properly position and maintain the upper arms beyond vertical while performing the free weight triceps exercises. This ensures that constant tension is maintained through subsequent connected repetitions. And studies show that the more continuous time under tension to which we could subject our muscles, the more potent stimulus for adaptations that we get, specifically strength and hypertrophy. And strength and hypertrophy are the top two reasons why people lift weights and perform these exercises. Hypertrophy just means muscular size and development. Via a SAFE agreement partnership with Purdue for 2% equity, we built the first metal prototype. I've also secured 3,500 C2C funding to pay for the utility patent. I now have a utility patent filed with 20 claims of patentability. Through customer discovery research programs and the National Science Foundation, the Layman has received outstanding praise and feedback. This next month, I begin formally interviewing local metal fabrication shops and submitting requests for proposals. I've actually been approached by 2 shops on their own accord, one of which voiced an interest in a possible partnership. The customer market segments are broken down into 4 categories: commercial gyms, high schools and universities, professional sports team facilities, and the residential home user. In 2017, the number of commercial gyms worldwide surpassed 201,000. If you look at just the school segment, typically the number of high schools, colleges, universities, this number combined is even greater than the number of commercial gyms in each country. The key point here, the majority of all these facilities have at least 1 or 2 preacher benches for the biceps free weight exercises. The mission of Troico is to put at least 1 Layman bench into each of these facilities. Looking at cost of good manufacturer versus wholesale price, for the commercial dual, which is a Layman that doubles as a preacher co-bench, $1,600 to make, $2,600 wholesale price. For the commercial tri, cost of good manufactured, $900 to make, $1,500 wholesale price. These are initial projections for making 1 unit like the prototype at a time. So when we scale and manufacture at any level, our costs will come down and margins obviously be even greater. So what's next? Kickstarter campaign to pre-sell units. Also, whether it be a traditional loan and or a percentage equity partnership with the right entity, you need to raise $9,400 for the following 2 things. Number 1, file an international patent cooperation treaty. And number 2, within the next few months, get an exhibition booth at IRSA 2020. IRSA is the best fitness industry trade show where the presidents, CEOs, senior executives of the world's largest health club groups worldwide, as well as independent gym operators from 80 countries come together to learn about the newest equipment. This will also be an excellent opportunity to connect with the major equipment manufacturers. And yes, I'm open to the idea of partnering and licensing with them. Why? Number 1, they have the means to more easily scale manufacturing. Number 2, they already have the distribution channels and buyer relationships established in many markets. For example, Precor, they already do business in 37 countries. Life Fitness, 91 countries. This is why it's paramount to get that international patent treaty filed to keep the door open for the possibility of moving the IP protection into these countries. You know, in 1960s, Vince Gironda forever improved and changed the gym industry with his invention of the preacher bench for biceps free weight training. No more shall there be a void regarding the quality of training and the efficacy of the triceps free weight training. The time is now to bring forth the Layman bench. So I invite you all in joining me and helping me make the gym and fitness industry a bit better and more complete with the Layman bench. Thank you. I'm Trainer Troy Smith with the Layman bench.
Excellent presentation, Troy, and
Thank you, Mike.
frankly, a very wonderful idea. Oof, I'm feeling buffer already.
See, I won't charge you for that.
Oh, thank you. And now on to our judges for their questions.
So, are there any other products like this one in the market that focus on the tricep development?
No, there's a ton of elaborate machines to isolate the fulcrum and train arms, but as far as for the free weight exercises, skull crushers, line extensions with dumbbells and barbells that people do, there are none. So with the prior art search, I've been in the industry for over 30 years. There's nothing. I found a patent from Joe Weider that was a basic thing that's never been, and it's not the same thing. So no, there's nothing that increased the efficacy of triceps free weight exercises.
One other question:
Yes.
Can you modify that whereby the tricep element is by itself and allowed to attach to already an existing flat bench?
Yes, actually, this one here, the model could actually, there's the metal prototype. It's at the shop. It's almost done. It has what's called lateral abutment guides, so it can be rolled up and then attached to, abutted to, an existing flat bench. We also have a full version that where the head declines down, so that commercial gyms, they may want to buy the full version, but there's also, the second will be a residential market where we'd have an individual collapsible one. But yes, this is my initial prototype out of wood. The metal one's not ready today, but it abuts up to an existing bench, or we have the opportunity to have one full encompassed piece that has its own bench.
Before I turn this over to another judge here, have you done though a market analysis then in terms of what would the revenue opportunity be for that attachment model?
Yes, I participated in the National Science Foundation, I-Corps, with Matthew Linnell down at Purdue, so did customer discovery, and so through that determined what the typical price points are for commercial equipment, as well as interviewing directors of facilities, asking what they typically pay for comparable equipment. Also looking at preacher benches, which are a related device, those price points. So, yes.
Is there any regulation holding you back from selling this model that's in your shop right now in the next month once complete?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, no. When I talked with Life Fitness and I was asking, what is it rated for? Because we did what's called a FEA, finite elemental analysis, to determine what rating of loads. We have that for this. I asked Life Fitness what's rated for, and they said, we have a lot of that for a lot of our products, but there's no regulation needed. We just hold a high standard that our products are good and sound, so there's not like a regulatory body that says you have to pass this in order to sell. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, so my understanding is your immediate next step is you need money so you can move forward with your next milestone. And you chose Kickstarter to do that. So Kickstarter is mainly selling to consumer. I don't see like a gym or a fitness gym going in on Kickstarter, if I understand correctly. So why did you choose Kickstarter? I would rather not do that and actually start marketing to gyms or even schools right away. Do you think Kickstarter is what's going to get you to where you want?
I think Kickstarter will be a supplemental thing. The number one thing is what you just said. I took the wooden one to a gym already, and they wanted to buy one. I had great feedback, but I didn't want to use my wooden version before I have the metal version. But that's my plan. I already have like 25 open invitations to gyms to do in-gym demonstrations and sales. So I plan to hit the pavement to schools, gyms, go to URSA and the trade shows to be in front of all the buyers. That's very effective. That's the number one thing. The Kickstarter, there's people friends that probably would buy it, and gym owners locally. So when can I get mine? So that's just one way to do that. But my main thing is going actually out directly and doing sales and connecting with influencers. Yes.
All right, Troy, that is all for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Five finalists down, 7 more to go. We shall continue on with the PNW Big Sell after this break. For those of you, our viewers watching at home and those listening over the radio, stay tuned for number 6.
That we're going to be able to share with you who our judges have put at first, second, and third. First, before I do that, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. Mont and I help run the PNW Big Sell for the university, and that is largely the responsibility of the College of Technology, the College of Business. We're really, really grateful that the Commercialization Manufacturing Excellence Center lets us be here to do this type of work. We also want to thank WJOB for live streaming this today, for letting us be in their studio, for giving us the airwaves and their Facebook Live feeds. We also want to take a moment to thank our judges. We're going to hear from them in a minute, but they took times out of their weekends as experts in their field to spend some time learning about some of the really cool entrepreneurial endeavors happening in Northwest Indiana, so we're going to hear from them in a minute. I also want to take a moment, though, and thank the Social Entrepreneurship 401 class here at the College of Business at PNW. They're the ones that host this event. They do everything from the planning. I mean, they really do everything. And you've seen them all today in their T-shirts, but let's give them a big hand for the work that they did today.
AJ, we also need to thank our sponsors, College of Business, College of Technology, obviously, but also a big, big help in the community with NIPSCO. Mm-hmm. We couldn't do this without NIPSCO. I'd personally like to thank Chick-fil-A for the awesome sandwiches that they came in today. And also WJOB for doing this. This is phenomenal. Thank you very much, Jim. Really appreciate it. You do so much for the community.
Let's maybe
we need to thank a lot more people before we give out the checks because I know they're waiting, and I'm going to make them wait.
I want to ask each of the judges what their one piece of advice is for our businesses that are pitching us today. You want to maybe take the microphone and I'll...
Okay, so I just want my big piece of advice would be a big piece of judging any team is the team. So I would have loved to know. I know that everybody may be early and you may not have everybody that you need or have the money to hire the people you need, but it would have been great if you had said, this is our strength, whether it's technical or managerial, and this is our weak points or our gaps, and this is how we plan to fill it when we have the funding. So that would have been a big help if I was there in the presentation.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
I would say winning the capital is just a symptom of a good business model and presentation. And a good business model doesn't start good usually. Mm-hmm. There's feedback and improvements over time as you kind of pivot to what's the perfect formula. And so for everyone who presented today and having these videos streamed, share that with as many advisors as you possibly can. Don't just get our feedback, but get another 100 people's feedback after this. And that on its own is probably worth more than most accelerators might even be able to bring you.
That's great. Thanks, Scott.
First of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here, and congratulations to all of the presenters. It's not an easy thing to go in front of a bunch of strangers and lay it out on the line, especially when you've worked so hard on an enterprise that means so much to you. That being said, I just think, remember, in the end of the day, this is a pitch, so you're always asking for money, making a case for what your business plan is, and then connecting it to a specific ask in terms of money, depending on whether it is a loan or some form of equity play, with also a clear return on that investment for the person who you're asking money from. I wish we could have heard a little bit more of that, but again, it's always easier to be a Monday morning quarterback than doing it in live action. So congratulations to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You want to bring NIPSCO?
Ready?
Mm-hmm. You going to bring NIPSCO up?
Cindy, are you still here from NIPSCO? You want to help give checks away? It's mostly your money.
As a reminder, again, Cindy's from NIPSCO.
Cindy,
she'll be helping us give away our
NIPSCO.
checks today.
So we're going to give away third place first.
I think we should start with third place. Does that sound okay with you? What we'll do is we'll bring them up, take a picture, and then we'll keep it moving, and then we can have some time after. So based on points from the judges, our third place team is Rear View.
just a little background on Faith, Andrew, and Alex.
Our cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Over here.
There we
They
go.
are actually going to take a road trip down to Louisville tomorrow to do a pitch to Shark Tank. So good luck. Congratulations, Rearview.
Congratulations.
So next is second place.
All right. So if you guys want to take a step back, and we'll bring up our second place team.
Yeah, head on back
Yeah,
that
right
way,
back
guys.
over there is great.
Thank you very much.
All right. Our second place today is going to the Layman bench. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We'll look at our pictures right over here. Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Troy.
And our first place for the PNW Big Cell 2019 is Flight Guards. Congratulations. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, I'll take it first. Get out of the way. There you go. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much
Yes.
for being here. Have a great summer.
Thank you all very, very much. And it's been a great, exciting year. Thank you all. Bye.
That'll do it, everybody. We're going to go.